Honorable member, nokre, your friend said nokre. A dear na a bag woman, it's ye charm in a cry, also be kind of cray.
Yo, medasi. I'm say nokre, baby, I can't. But ultimate counsel, Emma, Bibinia, ultimate da. If we say a tronim, contumponim. Obia will try contumpono. Kodana one so. Or da one, if he say, Ofu say, as some our kind, Obi, ever challenging and now say, Obi could see you now or the neck court. But when I can't say me, now Bassa or the make court to crime, with evidence. Me, mommy, Tirimu, and Kassam Abra anyhow. Why I do that, Nise, on say we are say, a nipa reputation is hard to build. So you just don't take a second to destroy somebody's reputation. And we are very careful to come out with information. Information, I'm never out. Who challenge me? The more, I never ban. I'm not embarrassed. And now, so you're a politician. It's hard everywhere in the world. What kind of creepy now when you're a harmful anyway. But I read one philosopher was say, any leader who is not criticized by some of his people means he's not doing something right. So long as you criticize people, almost status quo, to the advantage. They will be your enemies. And they will start talking about you. But Bible now actually say, I don't see the need to lie. I could chatro at and why?
At what point then who say nokre can we and fasudie bi also?
Say we share over the years. Politics, me bemo. America, trodi. I learned that. But me and Kazano also saw and I'm submarti, and I'm going to share them. And over the years, Oshe and someone media back out. Any day we are beginning a month for Dimatem. Now, and so I stood my grounds. And eventually, almost every case, now issue am raising biano. It has come to pass no credit. The ama Ghana for believe in me. Say Agyapong.
Because me get it close to you. In fact, October 2023 is exactly 20 years. I may get it close to you. Say me kai the news also be kai there. Adum FM na studios anymore. Na me ne woni ofusu ampofo. Former chairman of NDC. Na ye di dokono. And now you can't say
weekends, Fridays,
Fridays.
Program.
On that Friday, I did dokono, and then you come home same near. Then you stood before for some powerful. And then I catch and says, "Aqua we say, or 2 more quarter London, Suya dear, and what the other say, so be on money. I can't home same near. Brandy wouldn't me say, as one would me who dance at you for some people say, Minyenipa Bonini. That is exactly 20 years ago. Na sa 20 years no be sin no dia catch me and say time bia no me nimu closely no me say who that passion to do something, who that passion to tell the truth. And at times I try to understand you dientia ema wo ye sa unia very I mean different no since 20 years here me di nimu no e bia of a president of president I don't know sister no of president.
Jesus anu. One day, menene kontokwana me offer bi kodi nachi. In fact, mabusu for kra anya de. Enra, eno beka je nse me offer ne wo o ekremudi. Anse mabusu ya ne bi ekremu ne bi e friend Sedu.
Kremo Sedu.
Yeah. Wo wu a wo man kan kire. Mr. Father we wo mu ba ya. Son on Babo and say, what? Me meet your museum. Papa nefri mu a man can't me offer, you know. Sa me offer no na, my name is Sister Koye. Or Bebomia na me catch say, oh, one day, my president, my chimu
At that time.
Yes.
One day, Mayor President, met chimu.
Everything that they be have, Sister from Mr. President, Mr. President.
Oh, now I
can't
can who the president?
One day, my president, my chimu.
And that's why your president, who any baby about you, Magum.
Oh, no. You see, we are going to say, Ubachichinko, for Amrawama, and Branya Jumadia, Wabino Enche. But Obi Amrabedini be idea. The law must deal with you. And oh dear, I'll stay away.
It's not just a sad time, Wafa, Eba, Wufri say, of a Edgena, a year, Betty, a China can say, one day, Mayor President, Mechimu Inagono. And then a car while we had that realization, say, Mayor President.
You know, I don't know. Maybe it's a gift. Bibi Amidi Manoba can be answered. Yehu. Mammy can't say,
come and say, I mean, some can be so as was it.
Me catch re. Me mammy say, me. Ada me wono. Emma, I be for besu, and cram for besu, esrim for besu, asanti for besu.
As soon as from,
Adia, in fact, and you believe it, say, unconsciously it has happened.
Unconsciously it has happened.
It has happened. Me were before the bobo. Asante for the badwa, you know, just another idea gross.
As so,
it has come to.
And you was not one of Kayo, a been a mad one of Casa.
Now we are, ye call ballot. Me number 8 first. That's just a nipper 10. One I will be. But also 8 I would be. First person, second, third. Me 1. Number 1. If me be you know, I'm saying me say the second one's me 1. Na my busy, baby. And our friends say but who can say one kasa na mekwa koyi na be intima mo bia na masom obi so nkoye. E wa nam jai. And I'm called.
Or remind you.
Yeah. E kwensu me 1.
Now can I say if you so catch them say we beat Alan.
Yeah, I told you.
Wa mo be edi no kwani na boy.
Yeah.
And I catch them say me beat Alan.
Yeah.
And then I can say
sir, ono fair campaign, me fair campaign. Others no na o ma kodi one side e di ehu ahye wo mu. Enti we ya ehu ni sika ni influence no. Definitely he was going to win, but many Allah no dey. O share the popularity on the ground. Alan has been in the system for a long time, but the Drew Babino, I say, he kept quiet and was silent. Enti enkolano bebria woman yini ebi anu me 12 years, 8 years ni na oto aba obi anu 10. They say President Kufuor Abreso 2008, ebepem 2023 will give you about 15 years. He obi odi 25 that time we did 10. Ya ka alano na onimono. So and because I stay away from the system, I hear quiet in Intino. A lot of them don't know him. And I mean consistently, I've been a member of parliament. A probably Honorable Alan mistake when he say one for so anchor member of parliament. So and he make a constant appearance on radio, media, whether good or controversial. The young ones that were very young are no more to aban. Now, Oma matured. Omutimi to aban. Nti no mo nimme more.
And with loyalty to a president of the Republic, Nana Akufo-Addo, unmatched. And now respect to Alan, unmatched. If you recall, say mene one no tnase. Now can say senior. Say Nana do ni ho dia. Me support. and Nanado or what they are, let's support Nanado.
Yeah.
That loyalty to Nanado and respect to Alano, who explaining the same.
Yeah, you see, and only no crana or can it be? Me, let me tell you why I supported Nanado that time, and I had challenges somewhere. I always listen to the masses, what they want. They tell me what they want. If what the masses are saying, and the Bama party na power, I'll support you. In 2007, 2008, everybody said the masses were supporting Nana Akufo-Addo. So I had to listen to them and give them what they want. What you say? But that doesn't negate the fact that Alan is also a senior man to me, and oyenipa bi a obu no ho untimi nkasa nanim by heart. And now osa ye me senior at Adisado College.
Santa Clausian.
Whether you like it or not, Adisco boys behave like Ku Klux Klan. I'll tell you the truth. You dare not criticize your fellow Santa Clausian. Or yeah, them, but going out there to criticize Unia, and I think say Adisco guys will not take it kindly. And now, my brother Kitwa no the opokuare
Tatachi.
But you know,
Tasakwa.
Adisco as a gift be said that no matter the age, Sawushia Mr. Dr. Sam Jonah. Now, all those years of Koani and my Ushiauna Yaka Adisco Sama, they were on Ube Diagro as if sending classmate in one. What do you say? And my one Casacriano, so uko na ukoka unuya be once and more. I revere Alan because of his personality and, of course, a Santa Clausian. Why not? What do you say? At that moment, in 2007, Ghana for changing no pen. Almost say, what didn't go well today? Let me tell you, Alan's side, say that time. Now, President Kufuor free Ashanti region and obey president. So, and the others were saying, so let's spread it. And they say, Nanado, Pacho party move free Eastern region. Yen Fama Nana, because of free Eastern region. And Nakuku drew near. And people bought into it. So, and no account affected Alan that time. Immediately, I was listening to the grassroots, the voice, majority, Niano Moka, ain't in a but I'll always give respect to a Santa Clausian.
Oh, okay. It's not young one. So Koshian will quote na stand at attention as a kid and then mention. Senior.
Yes, sir.
You're a great man. If you respect any loyalty, there now value, there now cherishing.
Both, but loyalty first. You maybe you are. Well, Mukra, you don't need him to be a. But, sir, Obia, only not nasi, atun sedidi, a mwebi odia mano. Na, a drew time, also on to show love. No, but down the chiamount. Say, Sabi, a beer, position where I may walk. Ain't meant me and support too. Because me kokasa support too pa e be yimeti. But that's a lie. It's even a lie because Osha President Akufo-Addo, Osha Amewu Peter supporting Alan, Osha Abna Osei supporting Alan. President Akufo-Addo on Saki Obia. So if you give me excuse, although I know there are intimidations, but these two people, Amabomdi, have been bold to say, a crime be so omo ne alantino, omo to me, and yet near Nipabi Eka. So I expect Menso Mindam Fufua, I've killed myself for them. And unti and the NPP to make the 10 cents of Agyapong, or in defense of the party and some personalities in the party. Now, a now so media me per se, na nipa no to me catch them say, and nam the obedient on to me and support to ye. So,
Bakuya, a casa or mouse support. Kumasi na nukushi asese kwada so ho baabi ma begina wa no ani abre sese ni pass me se amotwe na bo so no oni mumwa wo bo aye oni mumwa wo bo aye me ara me se me pese ne de obetwe obi abo so 2008 was it time ye board in wo radio so midday news say Dr. Muhammad Bawumia and as the running mate to Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. I'm a best of parliament. Na you went ballistic. Na kasabi said na any penny party mo. Dear the tutu ma yes adiano.
I thought say catch them say, and I should come and talk about my vision. But I will still answer you. I'm not afraid. Na enkomo bi akoso tieniye. And a very good question you've asked because they want to sacrifice Agyapong. Na enkomo bi akoso London Claridge's Hotel. Enkomo no asem me nitro Kofi Bewa a witness.
The late Kofi Bewa.
Yeah, the late Kofi Bewa. Joe Forson a witness.
What you say?
And common na course ni say oh mommy yanko pe kremonia oye panyini na ompe Nana Akufo-Addo. Just after the meeting 3 days me bedu me Ghana na me who publication all the pictures I saw were young Muslims and not a single elderly man among them. To be honest with you, Nami vice president that time. That is why I posed the question. 92 Pacha said, party no more dear children. Ubia Muslim be any ma or ye penny betting your pay. And to tell you the truth, based on the conversation, of course, or London Claridge's, and my focus your attention on Alaji Jaula.
MMD Jarula.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden the shock came. Say, list of it. So I begin to digest it and made those comments.
Okay. The engine episode president.
Very simple. I want to effect change in people's lives. Yes. I have done it to some limit. But me feel say if I'm giving the nod as the president of this country, I will be able to do more. Me hear me say enipa abrabom ebedi yie. Nia oman ne ko. Me hu say Ghana approach yadi generate revenue and create employment in this country. Wrong. We believe in theory. I believe in pragmatism. I have studied over the years, about 23, 24 years, senior Amambonisi called theory. I think so, we have to be practical. And this problem that I've identified, and yet unique to only Ghana and the whole Africa. We have leaders who are theorists. And my imagine is look, to reduce unemployment rate in this country, we have to be pragmatic and use our natural resources, our raw materials, arable lands that God has given us to develop ourselves instead of the high dependency ratio on white people or Europeans or foreigners for our survival. I think, yes, sir, we're going to continue to be slaves in our own country. Enti, me per se, yede practical solutions eba. Adakabre. So we say, menkwaji loan, enko biajuma. And the interest on the loan is 35%. Meni, India niya, Belakwa, a can water, and Belakwa. Belakwa is a foreigner who attracts a loan of 3% or 5%. In the country, Agyapong attracts a loan interest of 30-35%. If can water and Belakwa is you, the cost of production of Agyapong, who took a loan of 35% interest, automatically my cost of production will be way higher than the Belakwa, the foreigner, who took a loan of 5%. What do you say? So the finished product, you come market. My product will be more expensive than the foreign. The consumer, who is a Ghanaian, has no choice but to go and buy the cheaper one, based especially on his availability of resources. What do you say? The income. Incomes are so low in this country. Prices are so high. So it makes it difficult for Ghanaians even to buy. By refusing to buy certain quantity, Emma or company no a collapse because you cannot even break even. So we need, first of all, when it comes to depreciation of our city, for instance. One, I believe that we have to improve on our exports. So what you say? In your man, you bet me dia ko amanoni akoton. Enya ho faso. Ama yenya more dollars or pounds. And now euros. Ebe doors wa chain yeni import enyoma ye kraba. What you say? And what we have to do, he said, we have simple comparative advantage and competitive advantage. We are always better off with comparative advantage. Over the location of where ye enyoma ubetimi aye. What you say? How do you compare another country? You have a product line of about 30. But where you have the comparative advantage because of location, I bet you my prices above from here, You stress on those, So that will reflect on the competitive advantage because of comparative advantage, locality, and accessibility to raw materials and all those things, What to compare other countries now? What do you know? Cheaper. Because you'll be able to produce at a cheaper cost, you will now get a competitive advantage in terms of price. So, can Japan on go school there? Bring those people here, and with my qualification as PhD, qualified by experience, and I'll teach this PhD economics. Simple.
It just Canada Japan patriotic. Canada Japan honest.
I'm not there yet.
Canada Japan discipline.
I'm not there yet.
And Osan experienced person. It's a feno Ghanaian aye the company. Na foreigner aye the company. Now we say Ghanaian no krano onye competitive towards aye foreigner no on the basis say Ghanaian baby onya ni sika free ya odidi dwa no. But the toto baby a foreigner no so nya ni sika free odidi dwa no a na cha Ghanaian wo fom. No mu nyina so adidwa o Ghana no. O mu nyina so sika bedi o mu nsam a. Hwan ana ne de betena Ghana ha?
Ghana ni no. the foreigner will always repatriate the money because he took loans and he has to service the loans over there.
So the loans no come back.
No, all repatriating is a drain on our foreign reserves. And competition, but demand is so higher, you begin to offer higher price to get the dollar. And that is speculation. So, and also to me, and also kosoro. Say a month for you, and a dollar base say, oh, now month for a panic buy, and also at the neighbor kosoro. Into those foreign investments in a wahano, they have to repatriate whatever they get, and they don't repatriate it in terms of cities, in terms of dollars. Into that, say demand will exceed supply, and obviously there will be price competition, and people tend to give higher prices so that they get a what you say. And only one example that I've given you said, even loans, let's use Asia Miracle. Asia Miracle, they say, Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, China, all of them. What they did was, now we know Despite is an entrepreneur. He has a lot of investment. Now, he employs, hypothetically, about 2,000 people. He has challenges. Let's invite Despite to come and tell us. Mukoko,
Need fufu.
Need fufu.
This way chocolate.
This way chocolate. Edi na ya ubetimi are expanding now offer more people so that will reduce unemployment rate in this country. Then he tells you, if I'm able to get X number of equipment to what I have, I'll be able to expand the business and employ more people.
At a point to credit, cocoa no yayamono na okrefra brochiri na obedru porta ehun atuatua na obetuatua no it became a hindrance at the production level.
Right. So the say niamano and also yetimi hwe na improve on local production. That is why I'm saying say we're going to use agri mechanization, large scale farms, so that we get enough yield to process it. Yeah, processing, we export most of the processed products to international market.
Okay. Yani honorable member of parliament for Asene Central and a graduate say NPP amanyuku emma na kwanya no mra flag bearer na ontimi and Miss Yakan 2024 emeye Ghana mampanyini yebusa the sentia oso be mampanyini a oso pese osachira enkrofro abrabum kwan ben so na wo de sachira mabrabum.
Yeah, first of all, enipa when munyam at the age of 2022 go in nyina when munyam eye wadwuma
uni adwuma woni yire uni
adwuma woni anije. What you say? So we should make sure say the youth, I'm coming for the youth of this country. I feel so guilty say me mabe 79 every university in America. Now obi every university na adwuma is ready. Wo koye adwuma. Can Agyapong manu chap for 23 years. Look at unemployment rate in this country. The youth of this country have no jobs. Why? I feel so guilty. And I think, sir, I have a solution to that. We need to use pragmatic approach. What you say? As a nation, whether you like it or not, we have to give subsidies to farmers. You have to give subsidies to entrepreneurs who are going to set up industries in this country, whether we like it or not. If not, we can never be competitive. So if you are establishing development bank, first of all, let me give you one flaw. You are establishing development bank. It took a loan or grant of $800 million to establish development bank. Why on earth would you now give the money through development bank to commercial banks at 10%? And asking commercial banks to pay 10%, they have to increase the rate so that they can also pay the 10%. By so doing, initially they said 8% straight from development bank. Now it's 10. If it goes to the commercial, between 13 and 14, that alone, the increment is, or the difference, is 6. Yes. It means the cost of borrowing still becomes high. And it's a defeatist approach right there for what development bank did. A lazy approach in the sense that they don't want to take risk. So they are shifting the risk, the burden of, to the commercial banks. For the commercial banks,
innovation.
For the commercial banks to make sure they stay in business and able to pay the development bank, they have to increase it to between 12 and 14. So what have you done? The cost of borrowing is still high. Now, there are so many things we can do.
Once again, what say upasa was such that obepuno abrabum.
Yes.
Enti odi wo ma awi America na omo wo madwuma biye. Prime be so na wo farmer the Ghanaian youth no a Kennedy ba ma no no. Eba obenya gidie bibi tato.
Yeah. First, I'll use tourism. Second, agri mechanization and agro processing. Third, technology. Fourth, engineering. These are the 4 areas I'm going to use to create employment for the youth of this country. Before I tackle these 4, now you are jumping the gun. I'll use 3 pillars: patriotism, honesty, and discipline.
PhD, no?
Yes. Patriotism. Of late, I've come to realize that Ghana for crying no mind. We become so selfish and greedy, say, Nia Obia Benya Konifie, and then a ma, Anani Kuni and Mabedi and Kwan or Gino. Say Ghana, Yodie. I'm sorry. Nobody cares about it. We're going to use this 3 approach first by changing the mindset of Ghanaians. Oh dear. Efrema mamu enyumono wo hanka mo yenara asasi na muntie ensem no a ewom eye stronger than national anthem. Moma yentie Efrema mamu yenara asasi no
kotokrane na di yebra mudem.
Wote kotokrane ase.
Kotokrane di yebra mudem.
Yes.
Enunti na wotu sa anwumi so man ye be ye ana.
So, we should begin to sing these heroic songs to conscientize if yanim painful the youth that are coming to love their country, take their country as theirs. Let Ghana be yours, and don't think Ghana is for somebody. Mawu say Ghana unni baby akọ. O my Ghana no ye yi a e na nso be ye yi. Na se wanku ukoye peseminkuminya se ukofa Ghana nioma nyina. Enya dia Ghana impuntuo ebe yi.
America akwotena ye no.
Yeah.
Ghana ni betimi afri Ghana kodu America catch America ni se America ni akola se mienka mom ni enkobu American government ana.
Hell no.
But America ni ba Ghana obetimi aka Ghana ni brand se yenkobu Ghana government ana.
Yes, it's because of your mindset. Now, you see, what Ghanaians and Africans don't know, he said, any white investors are ever, they do research and know every company in the bed dealing. What you say? Into your bank, on weak point. So, on the negotiation table, he starts from your weakness and hammer it to make you look so weak the more. So that he can get what he wants from you.
It is still on the youth.
Yeah.
The
youth, I have to create jobs for them. 1, Ebimba go into tourism. Ebimba go into agri. Ebimba go into IT. We need to develop our own softwares, hardwares, and also sell to the rest of the world. At least, oh, what a question. Adakabre. You know it. Say, Ghana ha. Politician be anywhere. Also employ Ghana for HMA. I have so many businesses and they are there for you to see. When you be in your media, and first come into na me be more no. Won't you okay can we anywhere you brought for you now? Who knew more media now be back 2,000 CDs. 2,000 CDs, what? Anything I'm the major go. And I'm going here on Man FM, ne 2 crowd in a bobo. I share from Granesca woman a chain ne 2. But I have on Man FM, ne 2, I share from and Fosu and Sumisawa Bakua. Oh, what do you say? But I know yes, small businesses. I have other big businesses all over the country. And he said, me bana me catch I say, Adakabre, memma wa juma ya Jimmy. If he said, at least, o se kwatre kwase obama ntuma ati ni dia. Hwe nipa e contesting nyina. Na hwe at least obi otumi tua nipa 100 akura a month. Some of the contestants aban tua mo danka, aban tua mo security, aban tua mo house girl, aban tua mo ankasa kwa, aban clothing allowance, everything they get. I rather pay people for them to take care of their family. So these two people, about cheng, ni aban tua neka, ni a petrol kra auto free, ya the money free. Any will be auto petrol. Ese tua nkofo kanu so auto petrol. Omi enu wan na ka kira so obebi adwuma mo anya bia ya. Obegyinedi. Asem sebe. What you say? In the history of this country, whether you like it or not, I'm the only politician me bemu as a successful businessman. Upemasemo, na truth go kill me. That is the gospel truth.